decided to leave after looking at all of you, and she had her suspicions, thinking that you might want to be disruptive and stop me from speaking. And she did not want to be part of it. So she's not here because of the way you all look. And I said, no, they don't look so menacing. They don't look like they are about to start showing placards and all that. And I'm glad you're smiling away. And when I saw some of you having drinks, I got worried. I said, no, she may be right. Maybe they're drinking whiskeys and beers and all of that. I'm really glad to be here. I greet also the chairman of Corobrik and the chief executive officer, as well as the chief operations officer and directors and the staff of Corobrik. I'm also particularly pleased to see old friends here. I believe that Ruel Koza is the chairperson, either of the group or whatever. But I'm also very pleased to see an old friend like Mr. Andy Leith, who's one of the shareholders. A number of years ago, he spoke to me about this investment, and quite frankly, I never thought it would go anywhere, because I thought what he knew about operations was so dangerous. He's a financial person, but I'm glad to see him here today. I really am truly delighted to be here, because this initiative and the factory that we are launching today is part of the investment journey that we started 4 years ago, and this year we held our 4th investment conference, and I said that we want to move the commitments that were made at our investment conference to real projects that we can feel and touch and see. We did say then we wanted to see foundations being sunk, we want to hear the sound of bricks being laid, and also see cranes. And we said that we want to see factories being built from the commitments that were made, and we also wanted to see people being employed. And here today at Kwastina, we are seeing the fulfillment, the real fulfillment of the investment commitment that was made at our investment conference. Here today we are seeing the results of the 800 million rand investment that Corobrik pledged at the 2019 investment conference. Now this facility is impressive. Even before I go to see the factory works, I'm told that it is the largest brick-making project in the world outside of China. Certainly the largest on our own continent. And this, ladies and gentlemen, deserves a round of applause. It joins Corobrik's extensive operations in the country, which include, I'm told, 13 clay brick plants and 14 kilns. Now, this investment is an example of the productive partnership that is being forged between business and government to grow our economy. And I'm particularly pleased that our Department of Competition, DTIC, Trade and Competition, is very much a part of this, because that is where we want to see our government processes supporting business and enabling jobs to be created. Now, since its founding in 1902, Corobrik has truly been a household name in South Africa. You would not be able to speak about a brick without adding Corobrik. The company is known for being a pioneer in manufacture and supply of material in support of our national investment drive. The investment Corobrik made in 2019 has now actually increased, I'm told, to 1 billion rand, as the company made an additional 200 million investment to expand its concrete operations also in KZN. The manufacturing sector is one of the priority industries in our economy and continues to play a vital and a pivotal role in the creation of employment opportunities. And the construction of Kwastina, where we are today, I'm told created temporary employment for some 1,000 people. Of particular significance is the 30 people from the surrounding community who participated here as bricklayers and who were taught bricklaying right from scratch. At a time when COVID-19 has had such a detrimental impact on livelihoods and income security, I wish to commend Corobrik for being a reliable employer of some 2,500 people at your various facilities across the country. Now, we are an economy that was devastated by COVID-19. Much as we sought to manage COVID-19 and navigate our way around its very dangerous paths, we still lost 2 million jobs. And for an economy like ours, which was precariously positioned over a number of years, to lose 2 million jobs in just a 12-month period is quite a devastation. And we're very pleased that as we begin to recover, we have companies like Corobrik who are living up to the commitments they made and are creating jobs and making sure that our economy moves forward. Great companies are built by investing in people, and we are greatly encouraged by Corobrik's efforts to empower its workers. I'm told, as Deputy Minister Majola said here, that Corobrik has established a staff trust in which 26% of the company's share capital resides for workers. Now, this is truly something that is praiseworthy. We're delighted to see that your company, Mr. Booth, is actually empowering its employees in the way that you have taken steps to do so. Now, this staff shareholding has fostered what I would call a common interest in the well-being and continued performance of the company, all the while providing a stable employment environment. An environment in which the people who work here, your workers, feel that they are part and parcel of the fortunes that are being created, and they themselves will be able to be part of the future of this company going forward. So I commend you for investing in the next generation through also a bursary scheme for children of staff by building training centers and your sponsorship of the Corobrik Architectural Student of the Year program. I am particularly pleased to hear about your efforts to reduce the company's carbon footprint. I understand that Kwastina will generate 20% of its electricity from renewable resources, and that there are also plans to reduce natural gas consumption for the kilns by at least 2/3. Now, Corobrik has embraced the fourth industrial revolution as well by pursuing new technology that will enhance human-machine interaction for efficient production. And I'm told that a number of your operations are actually executed quite efficiently. The newly built, fully automated production line acquired by the company means that new skills will be developed here. It is significant that Kwastina, with a production capacity of 100 million bricks per annum, will allow the company to broaden its export market to our neighboring countries such as Botswana, Lesotho, Malawi, even as far afield as Mauritius and Zambia, as well as Zimbabwe. Now, in the context of the African Continental Free Trade Area, Corobrik has the potential to even more than double its footprint and use the plentiful economic opportunities that are given rise to by the African Continental Free Trade Area, and in doing so to create more job opportunities for the sustainable growth of our economy. I've often said that infrastructure is the flywheel of economic growth and development. And it is this journey that you've been on for more than 100 years of being in the infrastructure space, which will continue being the flywheel of our economic growth. Infrastructure projects are vital to our economic recovery, particularly because infrastructure has a multiplier effect throughout the economy, but also more importantly, throughout societies, as it has an immediate and direct impact on improving livelihoods. 2 years ago, our Cabinet approved the Infrastructure Investment Plan, which is made up of 62 projects from all three spheres of government, as well as our state-owned enterprises and the private sector, of course. Now, government's public investment expenditure program will provide an impetus to the growth in the sale of Corobrik projects. We have over time seen how our fixed investment has been tapering down as a country from both the public sector as well as from the private sector. But having realized that, we can only have economic growth if our fixed investment does start to tick up. And it is here that Corobrik will have great opportunity to participate in various projects that are going to mushroom throughout the country. Corobrik continues to play a key role in government's infrastructure initiatives through the construction of a number of public institutions, such as the Nelson Mandela University Faculty of Law, where you provided a lot of bricks, the Umkombani Cultural Heritage Museum, the Northwest University Val Administration, and building that was put up, the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital, the Solplaatje Hospital, our university, and many others. Now, as we proceed with the implementation of our infrastructure, the demand for building materials is going to grow quite substantially. It is our intention as much of these materials that are going to be utilized should be sourced locally. And Kwastina is about utilizing local material, which we appreciate very much. Now, your investment here has definitely, without any shadow of doubt, made an important contribution to our ambitious investment drive of 1.2 trillion rand over 5 years. Now, when we held our conference earlier this year, we found that with the commitments that had been made, we had hit 95% of the 1.2 trillion. So we are definitely going to exceed our 1.2 trillion rand investment, but we will be hoping and wishing and praying and cajoling you to come up with another R1 billion investment when we hold our 5th investment conference next year, so that we exceed. Now, I want to see another Kwastina being built in another part of our country, so you can just come to us and we will tell you where it should happen, and you can just make it happen. So we're really delighted that you are one of those companies that has truly lived up to the commitments you made. We did take you seriously even then, and I can promise you we take you even more seriously now. That is why I'm here, that is why the Premier is here, and that is why the Mayor will soon return, now that she can see that there's no disruption here. So we thank you, Corobrik, for making a vital contribution in a very literal sense in helping to rebuild our economy. We look forward to having continuous engagements with yourselves and other companies in the manufacturing space, as well as in the infrastructure space. And as we say in our political speak, we say, forward with Corobrik forward. Keep moving forward. Thank you very much.